Do you find yourself sticking your chin out like this? In yoga, there is something called the shoulder loop. Many people think it's taking the heads of the arm bones back, and so often that's the instructions for it. But it's actually a process where we take the top of the throat back in order to initiate this energetic loop, to open the heart nicely. Let's start a practice where we incorporate this action of taking the top of the throat back to initiate the shoulder loop in yoga. As you stand tall, take your middle finger and index finger and just place it at the top of the throat, just right underneath the jawline. With a little pressure, draw the top of the throat back by just guiding it with your fingers back. Now take your opposite hand to the neck. Notice that there's a softness right at the occipital ridge, right at the top of the neck and the bottom of the head. Now do the opposite. Take your chin forward, which is a position we're often in during the day. Feel the difference there. Take the top of the throat back, and you get length, and you get a nice curve in the cervical spine. From Tadasana, let's come to a lunge position. Start in tabletop. As you come to all fours, step your right foot right between your hands. Take your hands right to the top of the knee. Draw your pelvis down toward the mat. Take the top of the throat back, and you feel this nice opening of the upper chest before reaching your arms up. Reach your gaze up, reach your hands back. Release your hands down. Come again to all fours position, tabletop. Step your left foot right between your hands. Lift up to take your hands right above the knee. Draw your pelvis down. Take the top of the throat back so you open up nicely. From there, in this back bending lunge, reach your arms up. Take your hands back, your gaze back. Release your hands to the mat. Step your back foot forward. Place both hands to your low back. Hug your elbows in to rise up. Let's do another lunge and add a twist. Step your right foot back. Take your hands down to the mat. In this high lunge, take your left hand to your low back. Now draw the top of the throat back. Imagine those two fingers are just helping you guide the top of the throat back. Notice how that helps to open the chest nicely. With the head of your left arm bone back, reach your left arm up. Reach your left arm over for this nice length. From the back heel to the fingertips, breathe in to expand that length even further. Release your hand down. Step your back foot forward. Place both hands to the low back. With bent knees, you hug the elbows in and rise up. Now let's come to the opposite side in our lunge twist. Step the left foot back. Take the hands down to the mat. Keep your left hand where it is. Take the right hand to the low back. Take the top of the throat back to open your chest nicely. Keep your back leg lifted. Reach your right arm up and spread your fingers to get nice tone in the muscles of the arm. Reach over. Invite the breath to create a little bit more fullness in your twist. Release your hand down. Step your back foot forward. Place your hands to your low back and rise up. Virabhadrasana 1 is also in the back bend family, which allows us to work this top of the throat back to initiate the shoulder loop. So step your right foot forward, step your left foot back, bend the right knee. You might feel quite a pulling sensation on your left Achilles tendon and calf muscle, but see if you can bend your knee a little bit more. Take the top of the throat back to initiate the shoulder loop. Reach your arms up. Take your hands wider apart. Just feel a nice freedom in the opening of the chest. Release your hands. Step your back foot forward. Step your right foot back. As you root down through the back heel, bend your front knee. Take the top of the throat back. Take the heads of the arm bones back. Reach your arms up. Reach back slightly. Release your hands down. Step your back foot forward. Let's come to a wide stance. As you step wide, check your feet to make sure they're parallel to one another. And when you turn your right toes out, check your foundation. The heel should bisect the back arch. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, draw over and just come to wherever it feels right for you. Now take your lifted arm down just for a moment so that we can work our shoulder loop more effectively. So if you just turn your head now, you might not be able to get that much range. So let's do the first action of shoulder loop. By taking the top of the throat back, you can turn your gaze to the sky a little bit more fully before reaching your arm up. Spread your fingers. Keep a nice steadiness through the back leg. And through that steadiness, root down to inhale and rise up. Come to the opposite side. So release your hands as you turn your left toes out. And once again, get a nice line up of your feet so you're stable in the pose. Lift your arms up. Engage the arms so fully by spreading the fingers. Now draw over. Take the lifted arm to the low back or the waist. Chances are we all like to take the chin forward, but instead we're taking the chin back. The top of the throat, the upper palate goes back. To really get this nice opening of the chest and a nice twisting action of the neck before reaching your right arm up. You get this nice fullness in the pose. Root down to inhale and rise up. Release your hands and come to a seated pose. We've applied the top of the throat back to initiate the shoulder loop in back bending poses and twist. Now let's apply it in a forward bend. So bend your knees, place your feet together. With the feet together, pull your knees up slightly. Notice as you take the knees up how you rock forward slightly on your sits bones. Take the top of the throat back, the heads of the arm bones back, and just draw forward just slightly. We're not going too deep in this forward fold. Notice how your chin wants to jet forward, your forehead wants to jet forward. See if you can correct that action. Take the top of the throat back, the heads of the arm bones back, and have the work be really focused on elongating the spine while getting a nice stretch to the inner groin. Inhale, rise up. Now fold your knees in toward each other and come to lie down. As you lie down, take the top of the throat back, not the chin to the chest, but the top of the throat draws back so that you get nice strength in your neck muscles. From there, with the head pressing down firmly, with the heads of the arm bones drawing back, with your elbows bent so that the full upper arm can assist in this action. Lift your pelvis up, stay lifted. Keep on drawing the top of the throat back, the heads of the arm bones back. Continue this nice lifting quality of the pose. Setu, bandha, sarvangasana. Keeping a nice fullness to your breath, a nice ease in your facial muscles. Very slowly take your pelvis down. Release your arms. Release your legs. Straighten your legs. Close your eyes. The energetic qualities of the loops that we work with in yoga just allows for more fullness and improved alignment. And an improved flow of prana, this life force energy. As you lie in stillness in Savasana, after having focused on this action, top of the throat goes back, the heads of the arm bones go back. You've found such a nice lifting quality in the upper chest and more freedom in the movement of the neck. Use that fullness from the alignment you worked on to find spaciousness in the upper chest and freedom in your breath. Enjoy your Savasana. Namaste.